everybody, it's Melissa Sorrentino, the Improv Sophisticate, here to talk to you about your improv and your life and how the two cohese together. I don't know if that's a word, but I like it. Today I want to talk about creativity being perpetual. What does that mean? I think that creativity begets more creativity. And I think I want to just kind of talk mostly today about energy, okay? This morning I got up and I had a to-do list. I always start my day with a to-do list. I'm very nerdy about it. I love my to-do list. It helps keep me focused for my day. So always I have a very little systematic way that I write it, line items in a row. So I had my to-do list and then suddenly it seemed a little bit daunting. I'm very tired. I've been working nights right now and so I've been actually training for a new job, so it's taxing intellectually. And it's also a little bit taxing emotionally because, it's a little stressful and changing over the sleep time clock. So anyway, very tired, not a real high energy. Plus, I made a choice to not get 8 hours of sleep. I'm actually trying to divide my sleep into like 5 hours and then 3 later because it's winter and it gets so dark. I don't want to only be awake when it's dark. I want to be awake when it's light. So when I got home from work last night, I only slept 5 hours. So I got up like it was almost like a normal morning, which still felt late to me, which is always a little bit depressing. Wrote out my to-do list and suddenly I was overwhelmed with tiredness. But this is something that I've learned in my life, and I've learned it to such an extent that I can do it semi-automatically. I wouldn't say I'm there yet, but I'm working on it, where I just ignore it. I go, okay, just do line item 1. And line item 1 was empty the dishwasher. Well, it just said kitchen, but for me, it was I had to empty the dishwasher, then I had to fill it with all the dirty dishes, then I, removed everything from this one countertop and kind of wiped it all down all the way behind everything, because that was just the kitchen project I chose today. I break things into chunks, so I just did my kitchen's 3 sides, so I just did one of the 3 sides, and then I actually kind of ended up doing half of it. But the thing is, when I do things, I will do a little bit of a meditation-y type thing where I kind of go a little bit out of body and I get real, I won't go super into it, but just for anybody that connects with it, I'm the I that I am is I observe the body functioning. And then I just quietly sort of just sit back and just observe, observe my thought life is over here. My hands are doing, my body's here. My thought life is here. Where's me? And then I start to connect in with the eternal me-ness, the oneness, that great I am, all that kind of stuff. That's me. But it's not necessary that you do that at all. But through the fact that I was doing it from an observant point of view, I did observe my body generating energy. And I started to actually experience endorphins, and just my energy level was increasing. The mood level of the body, of the chemistry was heightening and increasing. And that's what gave me the idea for this video. So just to kind of take that concept of just energy begetting more energy, just like a kinetic watch. This is not a kinetic watch, but if it was, the movement of me doing things with my hand would be making the watch, the system that's within it, generating energy, almost like a windmill. It's actually extracting the energy of motion and storing that in its battery that you can use. So that's something that I'm working on in my life, and it works very well. Now, of course, you need to be able to recognize when the batteries are depleting, and then it's time to like maybe rest. So after I was done with the kitchen project, I was like, okay, time to rest. It was only like maybe 40 minutes, but it was some, I was like working hard. I was like up and down, and I scrubbed the blender, and a couple things that suck, like I cleaned the oven, just some things that were a little bit more taxing, and then I needed to relax. So let's take this idea and plug it into improv. Okay, you're in a scene, and it is surprising how often our mind just like gets in the way and it just like locks. And my suggestion, if you find yourself, especially if you're a beginner, but anybody at any stage in the game, you have moments where you're like, it's like the gears freeze and you're just like, it was flowing and then it's like, and sometimes that's right at the top of the scene, particularly if you're not warmed up, if you have some life things going on, if you only got 5 hours of sleep or 4 or whatever, is not enough sleep for you. When there is a freeze, I learned along the way, and I've tried to never forget, although you do forget, but this right here, this video for you guys is a reminder of it if it's something that you already know and had locked in your brain and you forgot. When you're in the midst of that scene, just create, observe what you created, and react to the creation. Then create, observe what you created, and react to the creation. The same is true with writing. Knock on wood, but I have straight up never, ever experienced writer's block. Never. I don't get writer's block. And it's because for some reason, I guess I might have a moment of writer's block on stage as an improviser because there's so many other elements of being on stage. But when I'm alone in a room, it's just me and a typewriter or me and a pen and a paper or whatever. I just nothing really stops me up because I'm just always kind of had this like, what's next? And I know in my own privacy, there's a delete button, there's whiteout, there's crossing out. Even though actually, to be honest, I think because I front load my creative process with this concept that it's perpetual, I habitually always keep it going. I keep it going. And it's unlikely that I've got the eraser out or that I'm hack and slashing anything until I'm just like in an editing point. And then I might be like, these 5 pages, this one sentence took care of it. And then I'm just like, rip, toss, one sentence. So I like that because that's when I can do the distillation process in my writing, although I do try to do that in my head. But if you're trying to edit while you're writing, that's going to hang you up. So if you're self-editing while you're on stage, that can lock you up too. So all we need to do is keep it moving, keep the flow moving. And just like in Mother Nature, the tiniest trickle becomes a wider flow. Next thing you know, you've got like a river carving the Grand Canyon and creating something Something beautiful. Flow is something that is as true in the intangible concept of creativity as it is in the tangible concept of water flowing or the energy flowing in our body when we're moving, when we're exercising. Same thing goes on in here. Get the flow going. Just what's next? Like, what did I create? I put something out there. Oh, okay. I put a blackboard up. What would that mean? I'm a teacher. Okay, I'm a teacher. What is it? It's 2 a.m. It's a driver's ed class. Nobody wants to be here today. I don't want this job anyway. I'm cranky. I'm cantankerous. Maybe I'm going to stop and shoot up some heroin while my class isn't looking. Thoughts. Just let them generate, and let the writing start to write itself. If you get out of the way and you take your responsibility to be in that moment, moving forward to the next moment. In that moment, observe it, move forward to the next moment, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's all I have today. Click your likes and your subscribes and your shares and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Bye.